The gaming industry is booming today with advanced PC gaming, console gaming, VR gaming, and mobile gaming. Avid players called gamers are becoming much more common, and associated with them are some stereotypes. These stereotypes include gaming is a waste of time and gamers aren't sociable. My project will be based on an arcade game called Dance Dance Revolution and will debunk these stereotypes with research conducted in a similar manner to my life as a night elf priest. For a brief history of the game, DDR is a rhythm game involving footwork and has been around since 1998, near the peak of the arcade era in the US. It was extremely popular at the time, and multiple tournaments were held all over the US, from freestyle competitions to accuracy competitions. Around the year 2005, the popularity of the game has died down, and along with it, arcades in general. Fast forward to 2016, Konami released a new version of the game called DDR Ace in the US after 4 years without any updates. This game, along with its unique worldwide score tracker, has ignited the competitiveness of dormant players and has inspired new ones to play. Now, a huge annual tournament called Konami Arcade Championship brings the best DDR players all over the world to see who is the best DDR player. In my life as a Night Elf priest, research was done surveying the types of people who play World of Warcraft and why they play. I will survey DDR players I cross paths with on what they do, why they play DDR, and what goes on through their mind when playing. So tell me a little bit about yourself, like your age and what you do.
My name is Nick. I'm 22. I'm a professional League of Legends player. 20 full-time student.
I'm 19 and I'm a goalie associate at Round 1.
I am 22. I'm a server and a student, full-time student.
So I'm a teacher at Teach Middle School and I'm 27.
I'm a student right now and I am 23 years old.
Age 25, 26 in a couple days. I work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car and I'm a part-time student majoring in computer forensics.
So I'm actually like a podcaster for a retro gaming podcast called Artcast, so check it out at retrozap.com. But as far as like my demographic, I'm 34 years old, so in my 30s. So.
Why do you play DDR?
The reason why I play DDR is because I used to look like this. And now, I look like this.
Couple things, nostalgia. Played it when I was a lot younger, about 10, 12 years ago, and fell in love with it. And now I'm back at it again, and now it's just cardio, exercise. Lost 30 pounds over 9 months playing nothing but expert, so it helps. And then this is just that, just self-fulfillment.
I play DDR because I like the thrill of it. I like competing. I like to be competitive, but at the same time I like to also do it just for cardio exercise.
I used to play DDR all the time over a decade ago. I was one of those guys that you see at the mall, basically, and all the soccer moms would be like, hey, look at that guy, and like have like their kids just shadow step me and everything. So I basically got myself back into it after over a decade, at the beginning of this year, 2017. It's just kind of like a fun way to kind of get back in shape, more or less. So, and this kind of like, it's like interesting, just kind of knowing a lot of the steps like by memory, but having like your 10-plus-year-old body trying to catch up to it and everything has been like a journey, but it's been fun.
I like it for a lot of different reasons. I would say I got into it because I like the music and my friends were playing it. It's something I can be competitive at, which I like.
I like playing DDR. At first it was to keep me in shape, and then it kind of turned into an obsession. I like the music, I like stepping on the buttons to different rhythms, and I've actually gotten a lot of favorite songs from DDR and other rhythm games in general. It was like my gateway drug to rhythm games.
It's fun, and I like the pain.
You like the pain?
Yeah, I like the pain.
I like DDR because it keeps me in shape. As a full-time student, I don't have enough time to work out, and my boyfriend actually bought a machine for my house. So I just play it whenever I can, just as a stress reliever, and it's for fun.
So what goes on through your mind when you play DDR?
When I'm playing DDR, I just think of my inner beast when I'm playing. I almost feel like a dragon when I'm playing. I feel the power when I'm hitting the notes. It feels great. Or should I say, it feels marvelous.
I just tune out the environment and just focus on the music.
First, there's trying to get all perfects. That's the first thing. If I mess up, then one or two things happen. Either I just start messing around, I stop playing less seriously, or I just quit the song, or I push, to still try to get a good score despite the fact that I've already made a mistake. But it keeps going through the mind is just how good you can actually do. How good can I do? I made a mistake, but can I still, recuperate from that? Can I still perform well?
Well, depending on the song, but I have like some songs I'm like trying to learn and just trying to kind of get better at, just because I like the songs themselves. I'm not generally trying to become like the best or like one of the best players or anything. I'm just kind of mainly doing it for fun and for the exercise. And, just kind of, I guess, harkening back to my days of yore almost. So it's just kind of like just fun and just kind of kind of get myself like lost into like the steps and everything. So.
I don't know. I just go with the beat of the music. Because, I like I like listening to music. I like the feeling of music and dancing to it feels nice.
During a song, I guess I'm just trying to stay as focused as possible and like get the best score as possible.
Timing, probably trying to hit the notes on time. And if I miss something or get something below a marvelous, I get really mad.
How much longer until the song is over?
One specific article I found about Dance Dance Revolution was one on the Boston.com archive about Sandy Hook school shooter Adam Lanza. He was analyzed for the game he played, and DDR happened to be one of his main hobbies. He would go to the theaters on the weekends and play for 4 to 10 hour sessions. He had the stamina to do so he was either really physically fit or he just played many easy songs. There was also a mention of him being social and playing with friends while playing this game as well. One thing that stood out to me was the title was Obsessed with DDR. This could theoretically label all DDR players as a bad thing, because the word obsess usually has a negative connotation towards it. Secondly, what I found quite peculiar was that the whole news article was written about the shooter with DDR as a specific point of interest. There could be a subliminal message the author is trying to convey here to the DDR community. Perhaps obsession with DDR could lead to more extreme thoughts. The last thing that was very interesting about this article was the description of what Lanza wore in every DDR session. He wore the same gray sweater and slacks for every session, which seemed like an odd analysis to me. Another news article I've looked at on the more positive side was one by the Polygon called The Rise, Fall, and Return of Dance Dance Revolution in America, which interviewed and shadowed some of the best DDR players in the world, Chris Chaik and Jeff Lloyd, at Konami Arcade Championship 2016. In this article, we got a glimpse of why they play DDR and how prevalent the DDR community is. Chaik had the dream of being the best when he was only 13 years old, and Lloyd wanted to be very good at one peculiar thing. When just looking at them, it might not be a big deal that they're the best at a video game, but by actively examining how fast and accurate their feet are, it seems absolutely inhuman. Through dedication and determination, they were able to be the best players, and this article combined with their YouTube video shows the active lifestyle of DDR players and how thriving the DDR community still is today. For a final overall analysis and to wrap everything up, we start with the first article. Adam Lanza is an individual who is obsessed with DDR. Similarly to the individuals I've surveyed, each of them have their own strong or compelling reason for playing the game, whether it was for losing weight, for competition, or for the music. The people quote-unquote obsessed with the game are mindful when they're playing DDR. There really aren't many violent triggers in the game, so this article may be written just to get more news out there about the school shooter. For the other article, the shadowing of Chaik and Lloyd refute the two main stereotypes that gamers are lazy and not social. They have to be extremely fit to play DDR at a high level and have to be social to actively participate in this game. An article like this doesn't come very often, so it's definitely a very good read. A lot of people don't know that DDR is still around today, so when someone says video game, their immediate thoughts that come into mind are Call of Duty, Super Mario Bros, or Candy Crush. My goal is to help diversify the idea of the general stereotype of gamers as being lazy and antisocial and spin it in the other direction by surveying and reading about the members of the DDR community. Not many reports have been done on this topic, so I just wanted to get my 2 cents in this and show the world that DDR is still alive and may be the next big revival in the gaming industry.